Taryn, you're probably wondering why I've brought you here today.
Why you brought me here today?
Yep.
I swallowed a pearl whole. Sorry.
She swallowed a fly. I guess she'll die. Like the whole thing they say. But we've been seeing some patterns in your behavior. We see, this is a safe place. But we see that you attach yourselves to...
Myself?
Yeah, plural. You attach yourself to male celebrities that turn out to be very bad people.
Like, very bad.
We're just okay, you get it. Perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. I was expecting this.
And we are just wondering, like, how you pick them. We really just don't understand.
At this point, it's like, is it bad taste or is it, like, literally me foreseeing the future? Because that's, like,
That's why we brought you here today. Skillity-ba-ba-da-ba-bow.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't hear the news, Jonathan Majors arrested on assault charges for assaulting, I think, his girlfriend.
I thought it was just a girl. But...
Yeah, some sources I looked at, because I had to do some research. Like, what is wrong with me? And it's so crazy because you said, like, a week ago, you were like, so who's next? And I was trying to think, and I was like, I can't think of who it would be. And this just happened, like, I really know how to pick them. It's so bad.
And with that, hello and welcome.
Hey guys.
16th episode?
Yep.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. I don't know,
yeah.
I was like, that's like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 days ago. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. The elephant in the room was that Jonathan Majors was arrested on assault charges.
Yep.
And, like, strangulation.
Like scary.
That's so
shit.
scary.
It was so... I wrote some stuff.
And
I came in here, yeah, you said you had something to say, and I was like, fuck.
But also, Taryn and I have bubble tea.
Yes.
What do you get? What do you get for your bubble tea?
I get Earl Grey milk tea with pearls.
I get mango green tea with pearls. And when I say I want, like, juice, this is what I want. It's just so sweet that, like, mango chunks are just, like, jelly. They're so, like, chewy and sweet. And I love it.
And I get milk.
She gets milk. And when I went and got it, it's usually the same person working every time, but it was a different girl this time. And she didn't speak very good English, which, whatever, you don't have to. But as she was giving me the drinks, I was like, thank you so much. And she just goes, have a good. And I was like, hell yeah, you too.
I will.
You have a good
That's
too.
kind of good because it's like, it doesn't have to be day. It could be week.
Yeah.
It could be like forever.
I mean, I'm like,
That's
never,
so sweet.
I've never been told that before.
I'm gonna start using that.
Bless your heart.
Okay, yeah. I just wrote some stuff because I was thinking about it too, and I was like, arrested. You don't usually hear that when you first hear about it. And
Yeah.
do you think why? Can you think of a reason why it would be immediately arrested as soon as someone comes forward? Because I'm thinking of all the other men who I've attached myself to, like Rex Orange County, when it was like 9 girls or something, when he was like allegedly assaulted like so many
Multiple
girls.
women.
And the case, like, it got dropped.
Yeah.
But then Jonathan Majors
The same
assaults
night.
someone, and he's the same night, yeah, and he's arrested. So, like, obviously bad guy, bad person.
Yeah, but wow.
Just think about that.
It's just so consistent.
Yeah, so that was... I just reflexed my knee. That was just, like, so... I was so excited to see Creed 3. Now that's ruined for me.
Yeah,
My
I think we still have
favorite-
to see that though.
I know.
Just for
No, we do. From
Mikey.
B. I'm also like, say something.
literally.
Because I don't know, because you're
a little too
on
close.
thin ice.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for you to show your true colors, and I can't not. He's so far up there.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't handle that. He's also it's crazy because he was in Devotion, and I was like, hey, I've never seen this guy act before. This is sick. He was in Last Black Man in San Francisco, which I've never
really?
seen, but like that was his like kind of breakout role. And then he's in the new Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
And
He's in The Harder They Fall, and Kieran really liked that. And
Oh.
he watched that like a week ago, and he was like, that movie was so good. Everyone in there was so good.
It's like he was like a breakout. It was like, oh, he's gonna be like big. He's gonna be like the next big thing because he's in so many movies across so many genres, and he's a good actor. But since I noticed that, then he had to be a bad person.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to make it about myself because it's literally like someone being
Assaulted.
but also
Why does it keep happening to you?
Why does this keep happening?
No, I said to Taryn, as we're pulling up to work, I just go, Taryn, who do you think's next?
Yeah, and I thought about it for a really long time. And
Like, which one of your idols do you think is going to be a
I
bad
would
person?
never idolize a man.
So that was really upsetting.
That was really. It was. I was just like. You texted me and you were like, "Did you see the thing?" And I was like,
God.
"Let me look it up." I guess.
But yeah, and Kieran, what is it? Marvel? He's in the next few Marvel movies, supposedly.
Yeah, he's like the main villain in the next Avengers. He's the main
I don't
villain
think
in
he
the
will be anymore.
They can just edit his face out. It's all CGI in those movies. anyways.
Literally.
Like it's probably
All
just his
fucking
face,
bad
like
CGI.
like superimposed on like someone. I don't know, on a robot.
But bad start to the week. So I think you just can't say you like a man.
No, I've been trying to focus on that and be like, I can't idolize men. This is kind of a transition into my next thing, which I'm going to talk about for a long time probably, and we can delve into different conversations. So if you have any other topics you want to talk about right now before I make you talk about this.
Okay, let me think. What has happened to me lately?
Get that thing away from there. You need to.
It's just funny because I'm like, I know you edit this, so.
People have to listen too.
I actually, am I just gonna say whatever's on my mind right now? Okay. I think I actually just don't like drinking. She goes,
No, literally, I was looking up because I was like, it's not, especially when we went out to Las Margaritas in Vancouver, and I was like, I feel like right now, not drinking, I hadn't drank anything, I felt the way that alcohol should make me feel, but when I drink, I get more anxious. And I looked
you
it
get
up.
anxious?
Yeah. I looked it up, can't find anything about it, because alcohol is a depressant,
Yeah, so.
but then, so the antidepressants I took made me more anxious for a bit. So I thought that was the thing, but it's a depressant. But everything I look up, it's like it makes you anxious the next day
Oh.
because it like
Yeah.
boosts serotonin and then it drops and stuff
That
like that.
makes sense.
It makes me anxious during it, and I think it's just because I don't like being not in control.
Yeah.
And that's why alcohol was better than like when we took the edible, because I was like, I can't do anything.
No,
about this. But
about
when I
this.
drink, it's like, okay, I can just like go to
Eat.
bed and
Yeah.
I won't be like
No,
losing my
that
mind.
I think is just
That's just
an anxiety
that's
problem that
just
you
me,
have.
yeah.
But no, I just hate like, on Friday after work, me and some coworkers we went out for a drink because one of my coworkers was done school, so she was like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, I wasn't planning on it, but sure. And I had like one glass of like rosé or something, and like I'm just such a lightweight. Also because I don't eat enough in a day. But I was already being like, oh God. Like it's not necessarily about the taste. It's just and also I had one drink and the next morning I woke up and I felt so dehydrated and I felt like I was getting sick. And like I had a headache and I was like, I had one drink and I've eaten since then. Like why? I'm like, if this is how it's gonna be, I don't want to drink unless I'm getting like fucked.
Literally, it's
Because like
not,
I have the same like hangover. It's just
yeah.
like one drink versus like 5, and I'm like, okay.
Especially when I can go out and get like a virgin mojito. Be
Yeah.
like, this tastes better. 'cause
This
it
is
doesn't
so
have,
fucking good.
like rubbing alcohol in it.
Yeah.
But it feels not worth it, and I think that's probably why it makes me anxious. Is because I'm like, this is supposed to make me have more fun, and I'm not having more fun.
No.
So I think next time everyone else is getting drunk, unless, drink.
Oh, Jesus, she says.
Unless,
just fleas.
yeah, like you're saying, getting fucked up. Then it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's
it's fun. It's fun when you get past the point of, like, I can't see anything.
No, like, when you're actually, like, are, like, buzzed, it feels good. But also,
Just casual drinking is so stupid.
no, like, I have 1 or 2 drinks, and I'm a lightweight, so I'm, like, feeling it. And I'm, like, the room's already spinning and stuff. But then when I have 5 drinks, I'm still the same, like,
Yeah.
amount of drunk.
And just my tummy hurts because it's so sugary.
No, sugary?
Well, if you have, like,
like,
cocktails,
cocktails,
like,
yeah.
ciders or, like, cocktails,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that's so much.
No. Also, like, my
And-
little bladder, I can't handle that. Because also Kieran and I went to Aiden on Saturday, and because I was like, I don't work on a Saturday, that's rare. So we went to Aiden, and we both got a single drink, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Because I was like, let's go get drinks, it's Saturday. And I was just like, I hate this.
Yeah.
But that being said, like, I'd still rather drink than do drugs again. Even
Yeah.
though
Even
I'd
though-
try it one more time.
One more I mean, not right now. But
You'd be in the most serene place on earth.
literally. Even though it's supposed to, like, help.
With anxiety?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
don't trust it enough to do that. I feel like I hope it looks better because it's way brighter. I just changed the camera settings a little bit,
think it
so
should be
I
fine.
hope it just looks whiter. I
It
don't know
does,
if the
but-
quality will actually be any better. It's fine. That is a good point, and yeah, I have been thinking about that. And I think it's just I need just to be in a silly, goofy mood, and that's it.
Also, because we don't have enough friends to, like, party.
It's
With-
just us being like, just like we could be having a normal conversation, but we just both feel a little weird. So we're just
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, it's,
No, like, it has to be, like, at least, like, 6 of us, like, drinking.
Yeah. I also think when I'm actually drinking, everyone else seems more like I just
Gone?
I just start like yelling, and then
No,
I'm like I'm
yeah.
being so loud.
Exactly. It's just, like, I don't know.
I don't get like fun or silly. I'm more fun and silly when I'm in control. In Control by SZA.
When you're in it,
I wish I was in that album cover. Looks
Hell
so
yeah.
fun to be in there.
like, so,
Like, so
fun and
Fun.
picturesque.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was one of my tangents. Yeah, no, I have the one piece of hair that's going straight out.
Why my bangs are
Like, oh, what was in that one Curtis Connor video? Just like, my lice are acting up or whatever when his hair looked bad. Another thing I was gonna say is, fuck, it's gone. The thought is gone. from
Guys,
my
comment down below if you ever had lice before. I haven't.
head. That's a read at me.
I was actually thinking about Leah.
Are we gonna put her on blast on this?
I won't say anything else.
That's
Let's
who
just
I.
say I haven't had lice,
Um, That is who I got it from. But anyways, I was gonna say, I was gonna say that, don't do that. You are distracting me. She's giving me those eyes, you guys.
licking my
um,
teeth.
But
Make sure it's still recording.
I, was gonna say I'm lost without my work because I didn't work Saturday, and then I didn't work Sunday, and I don't work Mondays anymore, and then so I don't work till Wednesday, and I'm like, I haven't had this many days off in so long. What do I do with myself? So like yesterday and today I've been really bored. But today I made myself chocolate covered strawberries as a little treat for myself.
Holy shit.
No, and then I'm watching The Last of Us because I got Crave, and so I'm like sitting there, I'm eating my chocolate covered strawberries. I'm like, and then I'm watching Pedro Pascal, and I'm like, no, but then in the episode, is episode 3 when they had the strawberry like garden or whatever that he surprised him with, and I was like, I get you.
It's like 4D. It's like when like the Spy Kids 4D came out, whatever, and it was like scratch and sniff, or they had like smells. So you're watching, so it's like 3D, but there's smells. So it's you watching it and being like, they're eating a strawberry. Let me eat a strawberry. I know exactly how
I'm
I
in your
feel.
position right now.
It's like I'm really there.
It's like they filmed it in Edmonton. Like, that's
Yeah.
close enough. Did they film
And-
all of it in Edmonton?
All of it in Alberta.
That's crazy.
The city ones are in Edmonton, but there's literally a scene where the shot came up and my mom was like, that looks like the whatever they're called in Drumheller, and I was like, okay, like it's in Alberta. I'm like, okay. She looked it up. That's exactly what it was.
What was it?
Like what part?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
It was in like one of the first 2 episodes, but it's like, or the hoodoos in Drumheller, like the mountains kind of things, those little like weird things. Yeah, that came up and I was like, okay,
You're being dramatic.
you're being dramatic. That's literally exactly where it's filmed.
No, but like
That never used to happen.
the forest scenes and like the city scenes, I'm like, this is Canada.
Yeah.
You're not fooling me with this
No.
Boston shit.
No, like even if I didn't, Boston.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there. Okay.
It's way
There are no trees.
it's way
there.
too spread out
Yeah.
to be in the US.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if a
Like the
zombie
cities, it's just like
apocalypse
regular buildings and then one tall building.
yeah, I'm like, you
You're
aren't
not-
fooling
no.
anyone, mister.
It was so funny every time like they'd be in the city and it was like run down and like crumbling, and I'd be like, that I know that was filmed in Edmonton because that's what it looks like right now. Like that is spot on.
Because-
They did zero digital
CGI.
CGI on that.
No, that was just how
That's just-
Canada comes.
I've been there one time. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
No, like just the fields. Even like looking at, there's a scene in like the second or third episode where they're just leaning against a tree. I'm like, that tree is too healthy to be in the U.S.
Literally. There's no like spray paint X on it.
Literally.
So
And like, I said this to you. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but being in the States, the trees look different to me. They look sadder and like polluted and like aged.
yeah, they're like working harder because there's more people.
Literally. No, but it made me appreciate a great Canadian wilderness.
I do remember that from like being on the train
Yeah.
in Boston and you just being like,
It
"Those
looks
trees
so
are
fucking
scaring
dirty
me."
here. Yeah. No, there's so much more like
yeah,
the
they were
the
looking
branches.
weird. I mean,
are so,
there
like, elaborate.
there's also different kinds of trees,
Trees,
in different places.
yeah. Okay,
So
but
when you don't see a pine tree, it's a different.
I get
kind of
fucking
tree.
scared.
I'm like, that's not the 3 kinds of trees that.
Hey,
Yeah.
she's trying to.
No, it is true though. You're right.
Let me try.
Stop doing that. Let me clear my throat.
My last. Oh, what I moan. My last little thing I had to say, was if Zayn Malik and Selena Gomez are dating, that is so perfect.
That is. It's
They are
yeah.
both so beautiful.
Like I said, when I saw that and I like sent it to you,
Mhm.
I was like genuinely I was trying to think of like did this already happen in like 2013, or like is there some weird connection where like she dated someone else from One Direction that I can't remember, or like there was some, but I'm like I don't think they're connected at all.
No, I saw on Instagram Reels because that's all I've been doing for the last 2 days. It was a compilation of like every time they've like mentioned each other or whatever, and it was like 2013. Selena being like, Zayn's my favorite in One Direction or something, and it was like the loud music and like compilation of like them together, and I was like, I'm in 2011 again.
Literally. That's so I didn't even that's one I didn't even like picture
Yeah,
happening in my mind.
but
It would be so
yeah.
So all the best to you guys.
Yeah.
We're rooting for you.
Rooting for You by Alessia Cara.
I was really rooting for you. My dad likes that song.
Is she gonna bump your head?
My dad doesn't listen to this, so I can say this, but so I can make fun of him. He has the greatest music taste ever. It's all Eminem. And then like every woman rock group ever. And I was playing Remy maybe or something similar. No, I was playing music. My dad came in the kitchen and he was like, "Who did you go see?" And I was like, "SZA." And he's like, "Yeah, I listened to some of her music. Not really for me, but like I get it." And then he was like, "You know who I thought I really liked? Halsey." So I started listening to more of her
That
stuff,
makes
and I really
so
like it.
much
It's like-
sense.
literally, that's what I said. I was like, "Yeah, I can see that." So my dad's a Halsey fan.
No, like, I appreciate that your parents are so much younger than my dad, but like they listen to modern music.
Yeah.
And like the fact that your dad, like, I think a few years ago my dad started listening to Leon Bridges, and I was like, You're listening to
Yeah.
an artist from this century. That's
It's like-
insane.
It has to be so close to like old
Oldies,
music,
yeah,
like,
no, that-
so
The
influenced.
Coming Home album by Leon Bridges. That
Yeah.
sounds like 50s, 60s music. He loves that
Yeah.
album.
Just like he doesn't even know. He's like, this song came out
Yeah,
like
in
40
2015.
years ago. Yeah.
But with that said, when Carson was here and you two came to my house so Carson could see my dog, and my dad was playing Post Malone, that was still the funniest thing I've ever experienced. Dad, I was gonna say guys, my dad is a boomer and a very simple man, you know, like strictly like 50s, 60s, like 70s classic rock, you know. And then I come in my house and he's playing Better Now by Post Malone. And I was like, you probably think that you are better now. Jamming out. And I go, what the hell is happening? He goes, what is this song? How'd this get on here?
It's like 2 minutes in.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's actually what happens. He listened to it for so long, be like, and realize that that it's like coming from his phone. And he's like, wait, who's playing this song? Like, it's you, actually. So funny.
It's so funny. It's like, it's okay.
It's okay
It's a good
to
song.
You can listen to a rap song. A Post Malone rap song. So funny.
It's funny. I didn't even remember that.
Okay, that's all I have to say.
Okay.
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 No.
So this is a little conversation I've been conjuring in my mind for a while. I talked to Rowan about this. We had a conversation about it, and I talked to my sibling about it. And I don't know if they cared.
Jesus.
Sorry, I don't know if they cared as much as I do, but okay. It's the reason why I was saying it's a good transition is because I was thinking about how much I idolize, or how much content I consume that's like men.
Male. Yeah.
And it makes me really upset because I'm like, but I'm also like, it just happens to be like that. And there's also like way more popular male comedians, and usually comedy is like what I'm watching on like YouTube and stuff. But even like music too, not that I don't listen to it. It's way more disproportionate in comedy, which is something I held on to. And I was just thinking, because it's not that I don't find women funny.
Mm-hmm.
And also I was getting a lot of like female stand-up comedians on my Instagram or TikTok when I go on once a week. And I was like, they're funny, but like there's something about men in comedy where it's like they can just do it, and they can say whatever, and it's funny, and it's like because they're men. And I feel like to be a man who's funny, you just have to tell jokes, but to be a woman that's funny, you have to like try and like be like it has to be smart and like worth something.
Literally, like, yeah, it kind of goes for everything, but yeah.
And there's a lot of things where like there's a lot of stuff I think about saying, or like jokes that I'll like create in my mind and be like, I'll say that on the podcast, or I will just like, leave it in my notes till it's not funny and I delete it. But like I read them and I think of them and I think like this would be funnier if I was a man saying it.
Yeah.
Which like doesn't really make sense, but it's like if I was a man saying this, it would make sense. But as a woman, it's like it feels like I'm trying to like appease to men by saying it, or it feels like I'm trying to be funny.
No, I get it.
Where it's like I'm just saying the same thing.
Like, oh my god, like count again. I just don't even know where to begin because I get it, and I too have experienced that, but I really can't find the words to explain why that happens.
It's like, so I don't think that I'm like a super funny person. I don't think that I'm like outwardly funny, or that like people would describe me as funny if they were like asked to describe me. But it is something that I value very highly, and I like consume a lot of comedy, and I wish I was better at like comedic timing and stuff. So it just like makes me mad because I feel like I wouldn't be as like, I feel like I could just do it if I was a man. Like I could just say things, and like I don't know, I've talked so much about this that I'm like forgetting what
Oh no, she's shutting down. Hey, it's okay. But I see that too, because you said more so in comedy than music. But I've noticed that in my music. Like, I listen to a lot of male artists. Like, I was naming, like, top 5, and I was like, oh, one of them's a woman. That's great.
Yeah.
And, like, out of top 10, like, 2 of them are women. I was like, why does this happen?
Yeah.
Like, it's also probably... Oh my god, everything is, like, mental, conditioning.
Yeah.
But... like, when men can sing good, I'm like, oh my god, it's a man that can sing good.
Yeah.
But when it's a woman singing, I'm like, women can just do that.
Literally. Yeah, it's kind of like the opposite. And yeah, I was thinking, that's another thing I said to Rowan, is like, I was thinking about when I got really into rap, it was like men's rap, which it's kind of makes sense because I've been listening to Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki and like a lot, so it was kind of like, ooh, this is new. But my playlists were like separate. Like, it was like rap, and it was men, and then I have like a playlist that's like women, and it's like a lot of women rappers, but then also like Doja Cat and like R&B and stuff. But they're like different in my eyes, but they're not actually different. I put the playlist together, I'm like, this works because it's all the same genre.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know why Megan Thee Stallion and like Kendrick Lamar were like so different in my, like, it was. And it's so, because when I get so mad when I think about it, because it is like my brain. It's not just me being like society. It's like, I'm like, oh, I have like internalized misogyny, and like I see these differently, like strictly because they're like women versus men. It's like my male rap playlist, after it was the stupid music, after I got over the stupid music.
After she just,
and it was like, okay, I'm gonna actually listen to like good stuff or whatever. It was like, I don't know if it felt more like serious as like a genre, which I guess like women in rap aren't really taken seriously, so there's not like a space for them. But I just feel like every industry is more critical of women, and it's like places a different, like, going back to comedy, I think men, just in general, like if I think of like the guys we've been friends with, they're seen as funny like by default, and to be like an unfunny man, you have to be like actively unfunny.
I know.
But like, we would make jokes, we would be doing the same things, making the same jokes, having like the same level of sense of humor or whatever as our male peers, but we wouldn't be funny. We'd be like, oh, you guys are trying to be funny. And it's like, maybe we weren't that funny, but also you weren't that funny.
Yeah.
Like, we have to prove ourselves and be like exceptionally funny women, when you can just like make jokes and that makes you a funny man.
She has these points.
Like,
I'm trying to like free ball off that because I have to find the right words. Okay, first of all, I agree.
Okay.
With that, oh my god, what was I gonna say? I feel with male peers, as you said, men, I'm more so laughing at them than with them, because I feel this is like a serious conference or whatever, but because I feel when guys make jokes, they're like targeted towards the other guys in the group, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just us overhearing them be like,
True.
hey, that's funny.
Just seeing them like be
like interact.
Yeah.
But then it's
So when we
kind of like the bromance when they make jokes within each other, and I feel like it's them being like, no, you don't get it.
Yeah. And it's like an outsider, like us trying to break into that. It's like, no,
It won't work.
you're a girl.
Exactly.
Which always sucks, because it's like, you just see us as different. Like, in every aspect, they saw us as like other.
That just
So, like,
goes
that-
like, you cannot have platonic male-female relationships.
No.
It just won't work. But I don't know, listening, I'm thinking of at work was what popped in my head, because it's strictly guys working in the kitchen, you know, and then like mostly women working in front of house. Obviously there's a little overlap, but like 95%. So I'm thinking like the guys in the kitchen just talk so much, and they just kind of like free ball off each other or whatever. But when like someone from front of house tries to like jump in, it's just like, it's different. It becomes different. The conversation isn't as like playful. It's more like, what do you have to say?
Exactly. It's just like, okay, prove that you can do this.
Like, you can join in. This is so off topic, but like I was just at the back, and then the kitchen guys were like talking about Hulk Hogan, and then they're like, Krista, do you know who that is? Like they were making jokes about like wrestling, and then I was like, I don't think so. Like I said no at first because I was like, I don't want to be wrong, because God forbid. But then one of the fucking line cooks just goes, wow, and I was like, I am 20 years younger than you.
And then Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
No, and then the other guy was like, so I'm assuming you're under 30 and you weren't a fan of wrestling.
Under 30? By 11 years.
And like he was saying that as a joke, being like, so this is not for you, and like I'm not mad at you. But just the other guy's response being like, wow. I was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, that's also just like you're a younger person.
I
You're
know.
you're like a teenage girl still, like.
And like I'd rather be like the young one in their eyes than them see me as like their peers, because that's where it gets weird.
That is true.
But I'm like, whenever they make jokes like with anyone, even if front of house and back house the same age, it's always just like, we are better than you back here.
That like dynamic is so,
which is like isn't what you were talking about necessarily, but that's what I thought of.
it is, yeah.
But I have tried, like when I was in my prime watching YouTube commentary phase, I tried to watch female content creators, but in the end, like Curtis Connor, like Drew and Danny are the ones that stuck, and Cody Ko.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't I keep up watching the other ones? Like,
I know.
I got sick of it.
It's like, I said I've been watching like Nick is Not Green more and like Hive Mind and stuff, and do you know who Dev Lemons is?
I do, but
okay.
I can't picture
She's
it.
like in that group.
Yeah.
She's like, and she makes videos and she's funny, but a lot of her humor is just like is kind of like just being like just making funny noises. And I'm like, I don't know if I don't really find this funny. Like there's a lot of stuff she does where I'm like, you are definitely a funny woman, like you're funny, but like that being the forefront, I'm like, I'm trying to picture if like a man was doing this, if I also wouldn't find it funny. And I think in that situation it's like that's literally just not something I find funny. But I was just like the fact that I was like, okay, I have to like picture if this would be funny,
if a man was,
or if it's just like in my head. But okay, what you were saying about like breaking into that, if like someone said something, it'd be like different. So okay, I was at the cabaret at our old high school. I was at I like wrote down stuff, so let me make sure I don't forget anything. But so I was at the cabaret performance. The first half I was there just by myself, so anxious because everyone was so loud and I was there alone, and it was like my old high school and I was so like, oh my god. My sibling Amity, they're in sets, so they in between the numbers they would go on stage and like take stuff off or put stuff on set, and they have very distinguishable hair.
Yes.
So you can tell when they're there. So when I was there by myself, I was in like the back row, and I was like, this would be fun.
Deep breaths.
I was like, this would be funny if I yelled like, let's go Amity, like when it's dead silent and it's just like them shuffling on stage. If I just went like, let's go Amity, and I was like, it's not.
Sorry, like count.
I saw a video that was like, it's fine. Like is important to like English, and I was like, listening to you, you're wrong, but I'm just gonna like pretend that you're right. It wasn't. I wanted to say it, but it wasn't as much for like a laugh from the audience or whatever. I was like, I don't want you guys to hear me. It was just like knowing that my sibling would hear it and like backstage would hear it and they might make fun of them for it was like really funny to me.
Yeah.
Or to go up to them after stage and be like, did you hear me yell? Whatever. So I was about to say it, and then my heart started beating so fast, and I was like, no, it's too quiet, like I'm gonna freak out. But then Rowan came for the last half, so I was like, I'm strong now. I'm shaking so much. I was like, I can do it. So they went on stage and I was like, let's go Amity. And there were these 4 men, like around our age or maybe a little bit older, in front of me, and they had been doing that kind of thing with like people they knew. They were just kind of being like, I love you, blank, or whatever, and saying stuff like that, and they were like laughing so like almost obnoxiously loud the whole time. And so they had been doing that, and it kind of like, I don't know if it really got a laugh from like people around, but it was just like funny within them, and I was like, well, I'm here alone, so it's not gonna like, there's no friend group to like start laughing or whatever. But they had been doing that, and then I yelled. I was just like, let's go out and do whatever. And then the one guy was, I can't remember what he said exactly, but it was kind of just like, oh, like, yeah, let's go or something. It was just like confused, but like,
she's like, oh
yeah, I guess, like, I guess so, we're doing this. And it was like so like not actually rude, but it was just like, I just felt like like I don't know, it just felt so like gross. And it wasn't like, I don't know, just the energy was different. And it was like, I feel like if I was just a man, if I was just like some guy, some like teenage boy in the back,
you're right for that.
Yeah, and I yelled like saying like, let's go to this person, whatever, that it would be like,
people would probably
funny. It wouldn't be like
funny.
Oh, like who said that? Because I'm a girl. And then again afterwards I was like, woo, like, and another one just because it was like, I was like, I can see their hair again, like, woo, woo, and like Rowan's next to me, and I'm like, this is fine, like she'll laugh at anything, I'm okay with this. But it was just like, I don't know, just the energy was different. I feel like it would have been like a hell yeah if it was like, and it was also like the camaraderie of like, if I was a teenage boy and there were 4 teenage boys in front of me, and I started kind of doing something similar that they were doing, and like called out to one of my friends, that it would be like, hell yeah, we're doing this together. Exactly. Instead it was like,
it's like, oh, you're doing this too?
Yeah, you're doing this too. And then I wasn't even thinking about that until after. I was like, oh, this is just a silly thing I'll do. And then I didn't realize it was like, oh, you're right in front of me, and like, you're gonna think I'm copying you, but whatever.
That probably was part of it, just because they're like, this is our thing first.
Yeah, but because I'm a girl.
Yeah.
No,
because there's a whole bunch of little things similar to that, where if you just make noise, or if you are like talking loudly in public, that's the major one. Talking loudly in public, I feel everyone but me talks so loud in public. You are the exception. I feel like we talk at the same level, but every time I'm with anyone else, I'm like, you're talking so loud. But I'm like, no, it's literally just me, because I feel like if I talk loud, people are gonna like eavesdrop on my conversation and be like, why are you talking so loud?
Like, you're really annoying.
But Kieran talks so fucking loud and no one cares at all.
No, because like, well, that's what the big man does.
Exactly.
Big man goes to a restaurant, he's gotta talk loud. Big booming voice, he's big man.
Big booming voice.
We talk loud, it's like, God, they won't shut the fuck up.
I was gonna say something, but then I got on a tangent. Just like making noise and saying silly things, because when a guy does that, like, I don't question it at all. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. They're just making noises and being silly. But again, like, I'm part of the problem too. A girl does it and I'm like, wow, like, you guys are annoying.
And it sucks because it's like, I want to be that so bad. Like, I want to be annoying in public. That's so funny to me. And it's also, like, seeing them do that, I'm like, I love that. That's so fun. I wish I could do that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, even if I had like 4 of my friends, like if like you, Fair, and Rowan were all there and we were like talking in between things and we were having a good time and I yelled at, I still don't think it would be like, oh, it's just like a group of girls having fun.
Yeah.
It'd be they are being disruptive. Literally.
Are you done yet?
And it's so frustrating. And then it's also like, is this just in my head? Like,
no.
Is it fine? Is it not actually a problem? Because it's like, well, it's not, just don't be funny. It's like, well, if I want to be funny, I should be able to be funny or be perceived as funny or like feel comfortable in my endeavors of like trying to be funnier. Because I'm like, I can't be funny outwardly if I'm like scared to say something because I'm gonna bomb. Like, there's a better chance of me bombing because I'm like of the audience. I don't like, it doesn't make sense. And it's like, again, it's me being like, I'm not actually that funny, but it's like maybe I could be funnier because I feel like in my head I have some of the the little seedlings of like, okay, I can workshop something, but it's like I don't have the opportunity to do it in person because I don't know. It's also just like in our friend group of girls, it's like I would way rather be friends with girls, but I don't think there's that like banter, that like silly just like only making jokes type of thing that I observe in like male friend groups.
Okay, well, that's because men have no emotional connection to each other.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, well, can I have both though? Can I have like meaningful emotional connections with my girlies?
I don't know. I say that the four of us, core four, if you will, we're pretty obnoxious.
No, we definitely are obnoxious.
And I'd say that we are funny.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've said multiple times, we are perfect people. We make perfect friends. I don't know. I guess I kind of disagree with you more on this because I don't know. I feel like we are funny, and I have been told I'm funny before, which personally I don't really know why. I think it's just because I'm like
literally
sassy.
No, like people say I'm funny. I'm like
why?
No, I'm like not though. I think I think you're right.
Actually, I do try to.
It's just because when I see a group of guys, I'm like, you guys don't like each other. You're just funny. That's your only purpose. Yeah. With us, it's like, okay, we're like friends. We like do fun things together, and then we can also like joke around. But that's not the first thing I think of. I don't think like, oh, we're so funny when we're together. It's like, no, I'm having a good time, and just humor is like a kind of a part of it.
A natural part of it.
I also have not hung out with like
friends
like
so
more
long.
than 2 people at the same time in so long, so I can't remember what it's like.
No.
I don't know. It's like we might actually be funny, and I just like can't. I just don't know.
Can't wrap my head around it because, like, I do try to be funny. I do try and think of like funny one-liners, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that successful. Because, again, the fear of bombing.
Yeah.
Like overrules everything. So, if I can't think of something funny, most of the times I just go, and I don't fucking respond.
And I always, after like meeting new people and stuff, I'm like, there's so many things I could say, or so many things in the moment I'm like, I could say this, but like I'm too scared. Like if I said that, it probably would be fine, and it would probably lighten the mood, but like I'm too scared.
Exactly.
I'm too scared.
No, I'm like too scared to have a personality around certain people.
I know.
Because I'm scared they'll view me as rude.
And like, yeah, if like our sense of humor is like kind of different, I'm like, I can't just say what I want to say. I have to like alter it to be like what I think you'll find funny. So then it's like I'm not being me, which would probably be way better for
not being me.
I'm being myself. But that being said, I do have 2 jokes written down. Do you want to hear them?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can decide. So I think this will be it. The thing is, okay, one of these jokes I think you might get. The other one we'll probably have to explain.
The other one might be a thinker for
might
you.
be a thinker, or might just be like this is not the target audience, but it's fine. I just like collect information and then I'm like, silly. Okay.
Oh wow.
I was watching. Okay.
Silly.
These aren't really whatever. Okay, so one of them's a one-liner. One of them there's a little bit of a setup too. Did you know that Lil Wayne is being casted in the new Hunger Games like prequel series? Like Lil Wayne is being casted in the series.
No, I didn't know.
He's I think he's playing Caesar Flickerman, which is crazy. Stanley Tucci.
Man, I'm kidding.
My delivery was off. Tucci is Lil Wayne's one of his ad-libs, one of his catchphrases.
Oh, really?
Stanley Tucci played Caesar Flickerman in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci, everyone.
Everyone give it up for Stanley Tucci.
I'm not a Lil Wayne fan that much. I'm so sorry.
I was too nervous. My delivery's off. I'm shaking too much.
She's shaking too
I'm
much?
shaking too much. Okay, this one.
What you got for me?
So stupid. Okay. This one I like know for a fact that I'm gonna have to explain, but just
I'm ready.
Okay. Washing down my Adderall with champagne, call that beans on toast. So sometimes
wait, let me toast, champagne,
mm-hmm.
beans, and Adderall.
It's just sometimes Adderall's referred to as beans in slang.
Hell yeah, dude.
So washing down my Adderall with champagne, call that beans on toast.
Kind of good.
And if you think about it, that one's kind of it makes sense.
You came up with that yourself?
Yes.
Hell yeah. She's working on stand-up.
I am. That's another thing. I'm like, I wish like, imagine if my brain was hardwired for stand-up, and if there was like 5 minutes of silence, I could just do a set.
It'd just be funny.
Again, too anxious. There's just like a block in my brain because I'm so anxious. Just like survival mode at all times instead of live, laugh, love.
Yeah,
mentality.
Like the podcast.
Like the name of our podcast. I love this little milk drop. It's just kind of
the raindrop.
It's gonna be gone. It's gonna like soak in.
Well, soaked by Benny.
Ooh.
Soaked
Benny.
up in my brain. I feel like that tangent we didn't really say anything of substance, but we got it between each other.
So basically,
seems to be our biggest critique so far is that we talk as though we understand each other because we do, and we don't enunciate or finish our sentences.
So if you got anything from that, just think about, because I've been doing this way more often, just when you're consuming media and you're consuming comedy and you're thinking about like what's funny, just be mindful of like how many of them are men, why you find men more funny if you do.
It's just
if you are critical of like women who are funny, like why? And if there were a man, would you still have the same critiques? Which sometimes is true, but sometimes it's just not.
Okay, wait, let's analyze this. Cody Ko's probably the biggest one in our lives, biggest male comedian or whatever. Think of like girl defined, okay?
Mm-hmm.
POV, it's two girls making fun of Christian guys. I'm just visualizing that in my head. Like, objectively, that sounds like it would be really funny.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of, like, the jokes, like, their dynamic and stuff. And also, like, do you see that? Like, do you see, like, Noelle? Like, can you see Noelle's personality or
on a
joke
woman?
style?
No, because I feel literally a guy makes a dick joke or, like, a balls joke, and it's the fucking funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because
a girl does it, it's like stand out. You're like, oh, she just said that word.
Because, like, I don't know. The reason why I laugh at guys is because the humor seems to be like, I'm stupid, and like males are objectively like stupid beings and serve little to no purpose.
But then if we joke about men being stupid and serving no purpose, then
that's when like comments get in and like backlash, and people are just like but people don't really care because
the 50% dislike ratio on our YouTube shorts. The men hate us.
But I feel like if women make jokes about like women's bodies, it turns to like period jokes and stuff, and then that's when guys tune out.
Yeah, because it's like taboo. It's not like funny. It's like it's too real.
It's too real. You've crossed a line.
Yeah, that is funny. It's like it's like it's easier for me to make a dick joke than like a period joke.
Yeah, it's
more like palatable.
Remember the TikTok you made where you're like, when I sneezed when I'm on my period and my body took a screenshot? Who was like, that's the fucking funniest thing I've ever heard?
I completely forgot about it. It probably was Kai. Fuck, I didn't DM him to wish him happy birthday. Shit. No. Probably. I was thinking about that too when we were at work, and I was like, I have to text Kai and wish him happy birthday. I was like, that's like the one man who I feel treated me like a real person.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, of every man I can think of being friends with, I'm like, Kai was a real one. He got me through chemistry class. I was like, that's just a friend. And it was like, it was completely platonic the whole time, which it's usually like, you don't treat me like a person, or you treat me like a person and there's a reason. And it was just like sick. And I was like, see, this is like, again, when we were talking in other episodes, it just sounded like we were like, I hate men, they're the worst in the world.
Yeah.
And like, we've been friends with men, we hate them, we'll never do it again. It's like, I love men so much objectively as an idea, especially like, with humor and stuff. I'm like, they're so interesting as like a concept, but every single one of them has something that will.
I feel Kai and Eric are goated for that. Which we're closer with both of them, but than I was.
Which there's so much more I could say, but I can't.
No, they don't care about our lore. No. But I don't know. I feel like
it's like Those are probably the only 2 guys who've dapped me up. That's probably it.
Like,
tried to
I
show me.
need a
I
guy
still
who
don't know
can
how to
dap
do
me.
that. I still
No,
don't know
I
how to-
tried to get Kieran to teach me. I'm like, this is just weird.
Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Also, I feel like I'm doing it right, and then they're like, no, do it again. And I'm like, what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I'm doing it. I'm fine. I have, like, nails. It's like,
It's always the hug part that like throws me off too. Sometimes.
it's like, I'm not doing that.
Well, if you go
I'm
like,
a 1.5 feet shorter than you.
and I'm like, well, we can just slap you back. Like, no,
I'm burping you like a baby.
that's what that is.
Yeah. No, but that is true. And I feel like, yeah, the only 2 guys who've ever, like, treated me like a person, and I was like, wow, we're friends. And this is just,
I don't think I've ever felt that before.
which is funny. You also probably don't seek it out as much. I feel like I seek it out, which is not, like, healthy for me. Never works out.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always also just a part of my mind where I need male validation.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like male validation, but like not in the romantic way. It's like, I need you to see me as a person. I need to, we need to be friends.
I need to
men
defy the
friends.
laws of like biology and get a platonic male friend.
Literally.
No, also like, sorry, this is low, but like I have a boyfriend now, and that's like that's the male validation I need.
Yeah.
Also, like, I have one male coworker, and we get along. I'm like, that's good too.
That's enough. That's 2 men.
2. Like, holy shit.
That's like seeing one every day, pretty
I know.
much. One for your work days, one for your off days.
days.
And me, I haven't seen a man my age in
So-
months. Besides, like, Carson, I guess,
Ugh,
for a day.
that's true.
Like,
we
I
have
literally
one
have
guy.
not.
We have one guy friend.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for university because.
Yeah,
Because.
you freaking should be. Guys, Taryn got an interview at SFU.
I did! Today I got an email. Because, yeah, SFU, it's like. I have to get. I
Yep.
submitted my application, and then they say, okay, maybe you'll get an interview, maybe you won't. And then if I pass the interview, then I'll be accepted, or I won't be accepted, or whatever. And I was gonna say I'm so nervous. I'm not, because I just realized that I get to talk about myself for 10 minutes, and that's my favorite thing to do. That's why I have a podcast.
This is your chance. You have to sprinkle some humor in there. This is your
Just write jokes
Not-
for the interview.
No.
Everyone's like, okay, like, look up, like, what they're gonna ask for, like, what, like, look up their motto, like, you know, try and, like, put some buzzwords in there. I'm like, no, I'm writing 10 minutes of stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do crowd work. And be
No, but if they're like, what do you really like to film? What do you really like to write? And be like, we can say something real, and then just be like, I also have a podcast, plug, link in description. I find I'm
I'll
really
I'll
funny
email
there.
it to you guys.
Yeah, I like edit it.
I like edit it.
The lighting was like really good. Just link the second episode or something.
Where you can't see us at all.
Yeah.
Um,
It'll be fine.
just using half of it to plug my podcast, being like, and also, so I do have a podcast. I'll email it
Or
to you
be like,
guys. Don't worry.
What are you doing on your year off?
We're like, I have
Like,
a
I'm
podcast.
working 3 jobs, none of which I claim to the government. And I have a podcast.
That's a joke. Government don't audit me, okay? I am claiming one of my jobs, okay?
Yay.
Do I have any T4s? No.
the lip
I
quiver?
mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah. No, you guys, she makes like so much money.
So, no, I don't. I make no money. No money. I make as much money as I claim.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is
Job
Zero.
zero. Which is, hey. I'm claiming one of my jobs, okay?
That's good.
Because I have to.
Because it's like
Because
the
I
law.
literally have to, yeah.
Oh god. No, I'm thinking like it'd be fine if you were in school, but the fact that you're not enrolled in something, I feel like the government will be like,
The fuck did you do?
how are you
Yeah.
surviving?
And they like look at my parents' income. They're like, it's not there.
Let's do some quick math.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too. Like, I think you choose classes in like May, which is like so far. It's like 2 months. Two for like 2 minutes.
That's you choose classes in May. I'll be like figuring out if I got into university
Yeah.
in May.
I think so. It was either May or June. But then I'm like, oh, then I get to pay $10,000.
Yay!
Which is just so funny how that's on the way cheaper end of things.
Yeah, it's like yeah, on one hand you're like, haha, you guys are spending so much money going abroad, but also like, oh, you still have to spend so much money. Like, it's really not.
But then I'm like, oh, I'm grateful I still live at home. But then I'm like, I actually can't live at home for much longer.
For 4 more years?
Yeah, no, not at all. Can't do that. But then I'm like, fuck, I have to work while I'm in school. I've been off of school for a year and didn't give a shit in high school. That's the thing. I was talking to Kieran and he was like, I feel like the hardest part for me in university is just like stopping, like getting over the fact that you just gotta do what you can and you can't be perfect every time, and like you just gotta like try your best and just forget about it. I'm like, I did that in 11th grade.
Yeah. If that's all it takes, I'm gonna kill it.
I'm gonna kill this. Which I do think once I learn how to write an essay, which will be the hardest part.
Or you start paying me to write your essays for you. That's if I don't get into school though.
Yeah, I know. You guys didn't hear that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I will be so good at that. Just being like, it's fine. I just need to get this done.
Literally.
And now
it's just
I'm
like
just trying
getting
my best.
past the deadline.
No, and like, as long as I don't have any 2-hour lectures or anything, so I don't fall asleep. If they're like 45, 50 minutes, and I can just go like this and stare at them, I'll be so golden.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can burn my phone and throw it away and never look at it again. I can't wait to delete Snapchat, you guys.
I deleted Snapchat. I deleted Be Real. Have not.
I have to do that too.
Have not thought about them at all. I need to log out of Instagram more, but
yeah,
I get more anxious, and then Instagram's the only thing that will like just turn my brain to mush. So
now that I have Crave, I think I can put my phone down.
I haven't watched a movie I've been so bad at watching movies.
Thinking. Why should we go watch Creed.
Creed 3. Fuck! Just be pissed off the whole time.
Fuck you! It's fine. Yeah.
You can see. I know who I'll be rooting for to win.
Hell yeah. That makes the video of them watching the interviewer's ass so much worse. Yeah. Checking out the interviewer. That video's just so, like, I don't know. I expect nothing less, but like, wow.
Literally.
To have it's like caught it on video so clearly.
But after they were on video for so long, and like they should have.
It's like, oh, they thought the shit was done.
Yeah, it's like no. It's so funny and but it's also like.
Yeah. Ugh. That was an hour already.
That was an hour. Should I bring up another thing?
Sure.
Okay. It's because you were talking about school and stuff, and and how we
meant
the voice of Gizmo in Gremlins. You know that?
I've never seen the movie. Why would I know that?
Y'all hear never seen Gremlins?
No.
Pretty sure it's on Crave, so you should freaking study up. It's one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Top 10. That'd be like top 3, honestly.
It's probably top 5. I don't know. It's so confusing. I changed my list. Anyways.
Shut the fuck up.
What was I saying? Oh. Okay, I brought this up to you before, but it's just like such a fun conversation, and I also asked Amity this question, and it like literally broke her brain. Like it was like I actually like this is like made her rethink her whole life. And I think this is a really important question for everyone to be aware of. Okay. And if I have to give kudos to our English and history teacher from grade 9 and 10, this is the one thing I took from those classes, okay? Is the question of, would you rather work to live or live to work?
Oh, yes. That is something that we were going to talk about.
Yeah. I'm okay with this episode being an hour 15. I love this question so much.
I would rather work to live.
And I would rather live to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it came up when we talked about it in class, and I remember like me immediately knowing what my answer was, and then you saying the opposite and being like, whoa,
we can disagree.
Have different opinions. So live to work for me is like, I want a job that is my life, that is like something I'm passionate about and I can do every day. And I think and for you, it's like you would rather have a job that is not like your whole life, but it's like
it's still a good job
that's like tolerable. but it
fuels
funds
my
yeah.
hobbies, like funds my hobbies.
Which is also kind of like, do you make your hobbies your career and
Yeah.
like do you monetize your hobbies, or do you like just leave it for outside of work? Which I understand. I understand like the idea of like, no, work is for money, and then like don't capitalize on your hobbies. But for me, it's like I literally cannot do anything if I'm not like passionate about it.
Yeah.
And that's why like I have 3 jobs right now, but I'm like, if I had to do them for another year, bless you.
Thank you.
If I had to do them for another year, like I'd actually freak out. Like if I don't get into university, I have to quit all my jobs and start again, because I need to be, and like I'd get jobs that were closer to like what I actually want to do.
Yeah.
Like in a CD store or like London Drugs photo lab or whatever.
Video.
But then with you're going into like environmental science, which is like something you're passionate about and you like, but will that be like the thing you put all your energy into?
No. Because I think, I want to do like environmental science or like forestry, like maybe work at like a national park so it can be like pretty and I can be outside, because I want to do that. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to still like travel and like pick up a hobby, because I have fucking none right now. I just work. So I start crying. I don't know, I feel like working to live is much more like wanting to have a family mentality, and then living to work is like I need to build my brand.
Yeah.
Like independent, which I don't know. That's just and also probably just like that's all I've seen is the work to live mentality.
Mentality. We love that word.
Yeah. No, because both my parents didn't go to school. They just got jobs. I mean, my dad has a journeyman, but
same.
like he liked his job because he was there for fucking 28 years, but I don't know, that's just like they did that so they can have kids and travel and stuff.
Like I feel like both my parents are very much work to live. Like my dad likes the thing he does at his job, but he doesn't like going to work, and he does like the same stuff he does at work at home, but like that's way more rewarding. And my parents are like, they value travel and stuff really highly, so I get it. But
I was trying to think of an example of live to work, and I'm like, why is your dad the closest thing I could think of?
Yeah, like it's pretty close, but
not quite.
It's like when my parents move back to the farm.
Yeah, that'll be.
And it's like that's But again, they still like travel, and I want to travel, but also with like film, I would like to travel for my job.
Yeah.
And just kind of, travel to do work,
film,
to do the thing that I'm passionate about, and not have to do anything else.
That's fair.
Which I feel like live to work is also like very privileged to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Which
I feel like I can't think of someone who loves their job that much to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What would be more of a characteristic of someone who lives to work?
I don't know. Probably, someone who, like, if you were to get a computer science job, because, I don't know why that's the first thing I think of, but, like, if you were to get a computer science job here, and it's, like, a pretty in-demand, field, like, anywhere, so you could get a job here, and then take time off and go travel, or you could get a degree and then go work in different places. And, like, so your life is work and your life takes you to different places and traveling, but, like, you don't get time off. Like, your time off is, or I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, my throat made a weird noise.
Like
because, I don't know, I feel like the two overlap in my mind. I can't really separate them.
But you don't have to have, like, one or the other.
Yeah. But that is the question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because if I have, like, my ideal job, which I still don't really know, like, I know I want to do something, like, outside, and closest thing to that would be, like, forestry or botany or something. Which is, like, lab and, like, surveying and stuff, but, that would probably, I can imagine that as being, like, you take almost, like, field trips, where you go for, like, a week at a time, and then you come back, or whatever. I'm, like, okay with that, though. Because, again, I don't have any hobbies that I could imagine I would need to be fueling, but, what could I do with that time? I could take up gardening. I could move somewhere where it's warm and I can garden.
Mm-hmm.
I could paint, in theory. I could have the fucking, like plantation style house.
Oh, the like the
the
southern
wraparound porch.
Yeah.
Fuck that, no. But
I could
That's
have
just-
like a plantation house.
that's like what I'm thinking of. Is those houses in like the U.S. South where people still get like married at?
Oh my god.
No, yeah. Oh my god, my eye's so itchy and I'm sneezing. My nose is stuffed up.
You could learn to read.
I could learn. I could pick up reading. I should probably do that sooner rather than later, so I can read textbooks at a higher than 5th grade level.
We just gotta have like picnics and
Oh my
read. Okay.
I'm just so
Don't
emotional
cry.
about this.
I mentioned
know.
reading and you're like getting emotional
Okay,
again.
you know how I feel about this.
Every time.
But yeah, no.
It's because when I asked Amity this, she was like, it like literally resurfaced like conflict.
Being like, wait, I don't know what I want.
In their mind of like, they're super into fish and science and stuff, and they also like their brain is just like so much different than mine. Where
They're just so
they,
left brain.
I mean, it's kind of like you, where you'll just like watch informational videos on YouTube, and I'm like, I watched like one like film video about like editing like a month, and then I'm like, it's under 10 minutes, so I could get through it. Like my brain is so stupid.
I love good
but-
documentaries.
Yeah, like, but they were like, I love fish, and I keep saying that I want to go into like science or something like ichthyology, which is study of fish. But they're like, I don't actually think I do. I think I want to keep that as a hobby, and they'd rather do like theater production or maybe like graphic design or something. So, which was really interesting to me because usually it's you do a science career, you have art on the side.
Yeah.
But with them, it's like, no, they want to do art and then have science on the side. And I was like, that's also fun because when you do art and you have other interests, you can, like, incorporate that into your art. So if you know a lot about fish, you love fish and, like, nature, you can incorporate that into, like, theater production and stuff, which is why I love art so much. But
I love art.
I love art.
Yeah, in theory, or no. In conclusion, I don't know.
And
why
that's
am I
so
getting
fun.
sick?
Even, she's been drinking.
No. Yeah.
Even me, like when you said you don't really know, I was like, I also don't know. Like I don't know what I specifically want to go into. I know I'm interested in film history, but I want to be on film sets.
Yeah.
That's just like, I just want to learn about it. But
Learn
I'm
about
like,
first and then go.
yeah. And I think on a film set, I'm like, I would do any one of those jobs. And I'm so excited to start as the little greasy
intern.
little intern who runs coffees.
She
to,
already
like,
does that.
Literally. I'm getting my... Yeah.
She's getting a taste of it. But I've never done full-time anything besides school, so we'll see. And I am excited to go to school and, like, just have that.
Yeah. Because, yeah, you're like, I don't want to do English anymore. And I'm like,
No.
I don't want to do science or math
Exactly.
anymore.
No, I found out I only have to do one English, if that. Like, I don't even have to do it English. I'm like, this is the best day of my life.
Yeah, it's me with, like, a math class. Just so fun.
I love how we're different people.
And I'm so grateful that we get to, like, go to university. Because I'm like, I don't need to, and I can. And that's awesome.
Exactly.
Like, the fact that, like, financially I can survive after that is, like, sick. I've been very grateful
Aw,
and very happy recently.
that's good.
Which is very nice. I've been writing notes on what I want to say at the conclusion of this podcast.
Yeah, okay, that's a sad ending.
Yeah. But if I get ready now, then it's, like,
Then it
fine.
won't be sad anymore.
Also, like, I wrote in my calendar, it was so stupid, but I wrote, like, every Thursday, like, this is when every episode, release, whatever.
Oh, really?
And by the time I go to Iceland, it's, like, episode 25 or something, like, episode 30. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Well, you better go catch it.
I'm trying.
Oh, this is when I have to do stand-up. Okay, I only wrote 2 jokes. Fuck. Oh my god. There's no one, I can't, there's no crowd, I can't do crowd work. Thank God the camera died. I was bombing. I drank so little. I just don't want to chew into the microphone, okay? So I did this for you guys, and if you're gonna make fun of me for not drinking this, then would you rather it sounds like this? Sorry, I won't do any more of that because I have to edit this. And it's going to piss me off more than anyone else. Thank God she's back. I just chewed into the mic for 3 minutes while you were gone.
That's a funny joke. You would never do that. Thank you guys for babysitting her.
Yeah.
She's a handful.
I'm sorry, guys.
Are you excited to not babysit when you go to university?
Yeah, like, that's been my whole life. I still, like, just, people will ask me to babysit, and it's, like, so easy.
You will actually thrive being alone.
Yeah, not being around kids for 4 years is going to be awesome for me. And maybe I'll warm up to the idea of having them one day when I don't constantly have to see
and you
them.
just see the cute kids.
Yeah, like
that
we go
are
in Vancouver and
civilized
you're
in
like,
public.
aw. And I'm like,
No.
it's because you've never seen a baby in your life. It's because you've
Being
never had to.
the youngest of everything, and then we go to Vancouver and I see a kid that their parents trust to take them out in public. I'm like, that's a cute kid. Here, menaces, all of them.
Yeah.
But no, I've literally never found a kid like cute before, maybe twice in my life. And then we go to Vancouver and I see 3 kids and I'm like, oh wait, they're actually cute.
They were.
Don't get too excited.
No. No, don't get too excited. We, if you're watching this and you're, like, in our friend group, if you're friends with us, or you want to be friends with us, can you have a kid already?
It won't be us first.
It won't be us first, but, like, I want someone else. Like, I was looking at baby videos. Laura Lee, hey.
We know you won't.
Hey, why not do it now? It's fine. You're capable.
You
We'll
can
help.
do both.
Yeah, I'll go to school in Vancouver. I'll babysit on the weekends. Fuck. Thought I'd be able to get away from kids. Now Laura Lee has to have a kid. Fuck.
I get 20.
I was looking at baby videos of me, and it's just, like, my parents' friends who are also, yeah, they're all, like, 19, 20, like, giving me birthday presents.
Throwing
I'm
you
like,
around.
that'd be so fun.
I know.
But I'm not gonna do it. It's
No,
not gonna be
I'm
me.
It would be objectively, like, so fun to be, like, a young mom.
Mm-hmm.
But then they turn out fucked.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And then you also just lose you being
That-
young.
Yeah. Which, like, what if you have a kid when you're 20, by the time you're 40, they're on their own. But I'm like,
Yeah. But you don't
then
get
you're
to be
40.
25 and, like, stupid. You have to
yeah.
be responsible. And that's so boring.
yeah.
I want to be silly.
Silly for a bit longer.
Yeah.
When I'm, like, 27, I'll rethink it. But, like,
But then I'm like,
the
that's too
earliest.
old. So then guess I'll
Literally.
just not have a kid. And I'm okay with that. But
No,
then I'm also like, oh, it'd be so fun to have a little me running
I
around.
know. But I'm like, I can parent. I can be a parent.
I probably could. Like, I've been around kids for so long. Like, I
Yeah.
could. But, like, it's just selfish. It's like, okay, I know, like, I wouldn't fuck them up that bad, but, like, do I want a kid? Like,
It's just you don't get a break for the rest
No.
of your life.
it is, like, such a commitment. And also, I'm like, I need to find a man who wants a kid way more than me.
Yeah.
So it's not
Oh,
like
this is gonna be such a long podcast, but now I want to talk about something else.
we can go to 2 hours. I don't care.
Because, my biggest fear about having a kid is, again, it's selfish in the opposite way, where I'm like, if the dad, like, having the switch between, like, we both care about this kid, like, now more than we care about each other, freaks me out so
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need, like, so much time to trust you to still, like, care for me enough to have a kid.
Yeah.
I can't have...
No, where it's like I had a kid and like she used to be like the person I loved most in the world, but like now she is the
I'm
kid. I'm
like,
like, what
fuck.
the fuck?
This is still about me.
Just because like that's just genetically half yours.
Like, obviously, care about your kid a lot.
Yeah, but don't forget about
Obviously.
me.
Exactly.
Especially if I'm having the kid.
I know. No, and I see all these things, my fucking YouTube Shorts phase, where it's like my husband in the delivery room, like, having a nap.
Yeah,
I'm
playing
fucking
Xbox.
having a kid. I would be pissed off.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm awake, so are you. You're not
Oh
allowed to
my
sleep.
god, I would freak the fuck out. But I would need to make sure that shit wasn't gonna happen.
Exactly.
And it sucks when like women want kids so bad that it's like, well,
You gotta
like he's
just put it up.
nice.
He's good
I
enough.
want a kid so bad that I'm gonna put up with this guy. It's like, because I don't want kids that much, it's like, I have to be fucking so sure that you're not gonna like
Turn into
ruin
a
my
dick.
life. Especially
Yeah.
because it's like, there could be no red flags and then one day it's just scary.
No, so I'm like, dating for minimum 10 years before we have a kid.
literally.
Like, genuinely. Be like,
It has to be
I
like
need to
an
know.
uncomfortably long amount of time. Yeah.
And I'm like, 10 years till anything happens.
Yeah.
No getting married
No.
for 10 years. Like, also, like, especially because I'm, like, dating so young. I'm like, I'm so young. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen
You
in,
could
like,
get
10
married in a
years.
year though, like
I-
my parents did.
That's the thing that people
You could
do.
just get married in a year, or you could have a kid in a year and then get married immediately after, and then just be happy forever. But
And
you can
that'd be my
also
life. I could also
date someone for 10 years and then be like, okay, I'm gonna have a kid, and then
Yeah.
divorce immediately.
literally. And you don't know what's gonna happen.
Scary.
It's so scary.
That's why I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like do the whole thing up, but like the pastor's gonna be like not ordained. Like it's not gonna be legal, but
No.
everyone's gonna think it is.
No, have a wedding, but like, just be like,
Like the reception, just so I can like walk down the aisle and everyone start crying and be like, oh my gosh,
you're
you're
so beautiful.
Spend $30,000 on like a fake wedding, but like
on what?
just let my grandparents think that like, no, I'm legally married to
Yeah.
this man. Really, I'm not. Like there's no marriage certificate.
There's something.
That's
fishy
how
going-
you do it, I think.
Yeah.
Because I just want a big party about me.
No, now I
But I
want to
don't
look
want
nice,
legal.
and then, again, if you go on Instagram Reels for long enough, it's strictly wedding.
Yeah.
It's like the same 4 accounts about getting ready for their wedding, and then I'm like, the thought of like exchange, like I'm just such a nervous person, and I hate being vulnerable. So I'm like the thought of like just saying vows, like exchanging vows in front of my family, like I'm like, I
No.
don't want to do that.
No, like put me far enough away so they can see and be like, this is
Yeah.
so cute, but like you can't hear. You can't hear me being
No.
vulnerable. You just know like she's so nice.
Also, another fear about men: you walk down the aisle, and they don't cry.
I'm turning around. I'm
We're
doing
gonna
it
try
again.
this again. I hope a groomsman like beats the shit out of you or something. Wow. Because like if you don't cry, you don't cry, but that's suspicious.
Yeah. You should be like getting emotional.
Yeah.
Like
Being like, oh my god, she's so beautiful, and
Yeah.
I won't care about anything.
but
as
also
much as
if a
her.
man like did like the scrunch up cry, like the way I cry, like the ugly cry where it's like it's like involuntary and it's like
But also,
scrunched
if
up,
a
I feel
man-
like starts laughing.
Okay, well then that's cute. You're like laughing.
I'm,
You're
like,
Oh my god,
laughing.
you're crying.
Oh,
You
I'm
don't
laughing.
cry
Like
that.
she's so happy, she's so silly. It's like, no, I'm laughing because you look stupid.
Like, no, you look like
You
silly
like
right now.
no, like that's so embarrassing. You're crying at your wedding. Aren't you supposed to be like a
Lame.
man?
Heard you was a lame boy. Get up from my face. But no, in theory, in a relationship, the woman is most important and will always be.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
And that and yeah, and don't you forget it. And also, someone get married and someone have kids. It's so funny us
Yep.
being like we are not having kids right now. We're not getting married. That's insane. But I'm also like, if you want to have a wedding and like invite me, I'm so down. I'm so
no,
down.
I just imagined I was like, because again watched Instagram reel of someone like announcing they're pregnant to their friends, and I was like, that'd be so exciting.
That'd be so
so
fun. But like, I'm
fun.
not gonna do it. So
Like, I'm not gonna
Laura
do
Lee.
it. And also, we know no one in a serious relationship.
No, literally, like it's not.
Ugh.
Farron.
Farron, we've heard a rumor that
She's gonna
you
like elope.
like a man.
She's gonna like elope in like. She's gonna go to like. I can't name a single country right now.
UK.
She's
She's gonna go find that guy.
Well, yeah, but I just mean she's gonna like come back and then she's just gonna like go to Thailand and like elope and I'm not gonna be a part of it.
That's so selfish of her.
That's so selfish. If you're gonna get married, you should be thinking about me. Number one priority, me
her
having a
eyes
good
are-
time.
Her eyes are wide.
Number one priority, me having a good time.
Yep.
Number two priority, whoever the fuck you're marrying. I don't care.
Yeah.
We
We should probably wrap this up.
should probably obsession of the week because we literally forgot last week.
We literally forgot.
We literally forgot. Guys, I'm putting them in the description if they are like media that you can consume. Sometimes it's just like fun drink I had. So then I obviously won't link it, but like I don't know. Do you have one?
Do I ever?
Okay, well I have one. The song what's it called? It's called Grand Revelations by Glowing, I think. They're a little Australian band. I found them from a Hive Mind stream because they do like
Australian.
They like they have like fans submit music and then they play it on stream
yeah.
and stuff. So I was just like, yeah,
I'll
I'm
take
taking
that one.
And it's really good. It's kind of like rock-y, which I think is probably my favorite genre. I'm realizing like I just love
Rocky.
rock. I don't listen to it as much as everything else, but I just love like
A good
intense
guitar.
voice, guitar, like drums, so much. So that song's really good, and I'll link it
So
below. It's probably my favorite song right now.
Huh.
Some honorable mentions, though. I don't know if you're ready yet, but some honorable mentions. Lavender Buds by MF Doom. I've been listening to MF Doom, which is kind of, it's like, if I was a man, this wouldn't be fucking embarrassing, because I just, whatever.
Yeah.
Which is a really good song. It samples
You say
What's
it's
it
called
called?
Lavender?
Lavender,
The fuck is wrong with you?
or Lavender Buds.
She
So I
only
really-
likes songs called Lavender.
Because I saw it, and then I made a playlist, because there's 5 songs that I've either found from just looking up Lavender, and then I've like found some of my favorite artists, or like Laundry Day just happened to have a song, and
Yeah.
like MF Doom just happened to have a song by, or called that, or whatever. So there's 5 songs that are called Lavender, or have Lavender in the title, and they're like some of my favorite songs of all time.
Oh.
But that samples a song called April Showers by the Blackbirds, which is an old song, and I listened to that one because it's called April Showers, and it's like spring. I put it in my spring playlist, and it's also just longer, so I get more of it.
Mhm.
But those songs are really good, and also Tyler the Creator just put out a song this morning or last night,
Oh,
I
really?
think. It's called Dog Tooth.
Tooth?
That sounds wrong now, but like
Okay.
probably,
Well, I would
and it is
concur.
actually good.
Nice.
So
I will listen. I saw one of my coworkers repost that, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just an announcement for new music.
it's like a continuation of like his other album, or I don't know, the album art and the way it's produced is like his last album. So I'm like, does this mean new album? I don't know. And again, it's embarrassing to be a Tyler the Creator fan just
Why?
because of the other people who are Tyler the Creator
Oh.
fans. But I was saying this, one more thing. I was saying this to Carissa. That's another concert. We were talking about what concerts we would want to see next. Tyler the Creator. I really wanted to go to his last tour, but I was in 11th grade. So
So what? Darren?
So what? I'm a rock star.
Oh, okay.
Just go already.
Yeah, I've been waiting for my turn to speak. Probably Leon Bridges, my obsession of the week. I've been listening to his oh God, what's the yellow album cover called? Where he's leaning back. That's the one I've listened to, because I've listened to Coming Home a lot. I've listened to Good Thing a lot. I think that's what it's called. But now I'm listening to the 3rd one, and he just teased his 4th one.
Ooh.
So I hope
For the summer?
No, like please. I feel like he's gonna come out in like September. I'm gonna be like,
I
hey.
mean, if it gets teased now, it should be kind of, I mean, I don't know. But
It was just him playing a guitar and hashtag LB4. And I'm like, okay, like
Jeez.
it's almost April. I
Like,
need it for June.
Laura Lee's gonna be here
I
soon.
know. She can't come back without new Leon
Yeah.
Bridges.
What are we gonna listen to the same stuff we listened to last summer? That's insane.
But no, I made a spring playlist as well. I need to make it longer, but I have a lot of songs from that album on. Shout out Show Enough, Why Don't You Touch Me, and some of the starts with that, Steam. I listened to Why Don't You Touch Me, like, it's just like another like ballad, and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna sing my heart out. But
Oh, I love
listening to it on the plane, this is Leon Bridges, and I discovered it. So
that. Is fun.
shout out spring.
Mhm.
Shout out spring. That shit's crazy.
Shout out
Because it
springtime.
literally is spring and it's minus 20 outside. It's fine.
And it's gonna be minus 20 for
all week.
Yeah, like 2 weeks. It's
Not
not
bad.
gonna get nice till June, and I just always forget that that's literally just
That's
how
how
it
it
happens. June 1st, it'll be like plus 10.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky, and maybe all the snow will be gone. I just forgot about May. I guess it gets nice in May. We
End
were
of May.
outside for Carson's birthday in May.
Yeah.
I forgot. Okay. So the snow will be gone by then. It's fine.
I
Just need my
hope
windows
to
to
God.
not be frosted in the morning. It's
I
pissing me
know.
off so bad.
I have to throw that green jacket away. I wear it every day of my life. Okay.
Okay. We're at like 1:30. Like, it's
Let's
so
wrap
much.
it up.
Okay.
Thanks, guys, for listening.
Thank you guys for listening. That was
Name your
episode-
favorite topic. Is like said in this video.
Yeah, there's so many options. Thank you for listening, especially if you got this far. For extra 30 minutes, we just had so much to talk about. And we'll
I'm
see
done my
you-
drink and she has a full one.
It's because I didn't want to chew into the mic. I told them this when you were
Oh,
gone.
okay.
Don't worry.
I
Don't
understand.
worry. I'll get through it. Don't you guys fret, okay? See you.
Peace and
Bye.
love. Bye.
Ow.
Ow.
Oh. Oh. Oh.